Thank you, Will. I can certainly attest to Will's capitalism. I live with it daily. I want to thank all of you as well for coming out this morning to discuss New Hampshire's conservation priorities. I wasn't sure what to expect for a turnout, and this is significantly more people than I anticipated. And I'll take that as a very good omen for the work we have to do this year together. As Will said, my name is Ted Manning. I am the Executive Vice President at Eastern Mountain Sports. I've been with Eastern Mountain Sports since 1989. And I have been an active outdoor person since I was about 3 years old. Thanks in large part to my father's great love for being outside and my family's ability to access outdoor recreation that was very close to home. As much as I enjoy time up on Mount Washington with friends there, or I enjoy skipping out on Will's capitalistic meetings to go climbing with our climbing school in North Conway, I have never really forgotten that the sports that I love and a big part of my outdoor culture as a person and as a business person were born from very local experiences. Bouldering in Pawtucket, mountain biking in Bear Brook, to be very specific. Those are core to who and what I am as a person and a business person. Much has changed since early hikes with my father. I am now a father myself. My wife Andrea and I raised 2 boys in the Peterborough area, 2 boys who would rather be outside on any given day. Truth be told, 2 boys who have occasionally been thrown outside to get their energy out of our house. Some of Alexander and Benjamin's first hikes were in Miller State Park in Peterborough, kind of exploring the rocky ledges on the summit to Packmanadnock. And as I start down the path of raising a family in New Hampshire, I feel a weight of responsibility. And it's not just the responsibility of caring and providing for my family, but it's the responsibility of ensuring that there will continue to be places left for them to explore and places left for them to introduce to their families someday. I started working at EMS in our stores when I was in high school, and it's been a long run for me at EMS. I'm very proud of that. In high school, it was a fairly simple gig. I would go to school, I would play some sports, I would study a little bit, give and take, and I would work at EMS on the weekends selling gear to folks who are going to head outside to have adventures. I still work for Eastern Mountain Sports, although my weeks aren't quite that simple anymore. I do have the great fortune to work with our product teams and our marketing team. And so what that means is that the teams that I have an honor to work with, they're responsible for putting the product that you see in our stores and kind of helping create, in partnership with our store folks, the experiences that you get that give you confidence taking that product outside. And to be really honest, I've got a really good gig. And to be even more honest, I really love my job. I work for a great company and it is filled with great people. I am constantly inspired to be outside. I am able to partner through my career with some really impactful New Hampshire organizations, Mount Washington Observatory and New Hampshire State Parks. And I get to live and raise my family in this beautiful state. EMS has been in the outdoor business since 1967. That's 44 years of helping people get outdoors into the wilds of New England. And the business of EMS is driven by outdoor recreation. Now, in the spirit of oversimplifying it, we create opportunities at EMS for people to be active outside and to enjoy themselves in any conditions. You make sure there's somewhere for them to play. We help create outdoor advocates by introducing them to new sports and teaching them in our schools. You make sure their voices are heard. And together, we partner to the best of our ability in the fight to conserve and protect our outdoor spaces. I don't have to tell you this, but our outdoor spaces in New Hampshire range from the wild and pristine reaches of the White Mountains to the fire tower on the summit of Packmanadnock, close to my heart, and all the way to the quieter walks along the shores of Odiorn. And regardless of the scale or grandeur of these locations, they all add tremendous value to our lives and to our businesses. They give us a place to recreate and to learn about ourselves by pushing our physical boundaries, regardless of where those boundaries may begin or end. They create a space for deep and meaningful connections, connections with our families, connections with our communities, and connections with ourselves. These special outdoor spaces drive our businesses, literally like mine, driven through the business of providing gear and education for outdoor athletes, and others more indirectly driven through the traffic and tourism that comes to New Hampshire every day to enjoy these very same places. And they add something to our souls. By being outside and engaging nature, we are simply better humans. Now, if you haven't picked up on it, and as Will pointed out, I am passionate about outdoors, I'm passionate about my job, and I really like what I get a chance to do. I help run a business that is driven by the outdoors, and at the very same time, I am presented with opportunities to conserve and protect the special wild places throughout our state. I work in an industry where capitalism and environmentalism are comfortably seated at the same table, where there is a shared understanding that what is good for our natural spaces is good for our communities and is ultimately very good for our businesses. It's not that different than what I perceive all of you to be. And like all of you, the folks at EMS work very passionately and very diligently to succeed in both our careers and to succeed in the protection of the waters and wilderness of New Hampshire. EMS really respects all the conservation efforts and accomplishments that have come from the people and the organizations in this room. And we thank you for the work we will do together to ensure New Hampshire remains a destination for anyone who wants to experience the best of what New England has to offer. EMS is particularly proud of our partnership with New Hampshire State Parks. This is not a partnership that was born out of our desire to sell more product. This is a partnership that was born in a moment in a Concord restaurant when we realized very quietly that both organizations shared a strong set of values. Both organizations have worked hard with limited resources to simply get a chance to do the work they love. Both organizations are proud to be doing that work in the state of New Hampshire. And both organizations understand very deeply that their jobs and ultimately their lives are diminished if they don't work together to protect all the truly magical opportunities that can be found outside. I'm optimistic that all of us will collectively continue to make positive strides in the conservation of New Hampshire this year. But to be clear, we need to be driven by our future. We must protect the opportunity for future businesses to grow and prosper in New Hampshire and be connected to the outdoors. We must ensure the state parks continue to play their role in both the economic and the environmental ecosystems that drive New Hampshire. And we must ensure that the next generation, including Alexander and Benjamin, can grow up knowing and learning from the special wild places of our great state. I thank you for giving me a chance to talk.